Rihanna might never be allowed back at the Met Gala after viral footage showed her totally losing it on A$AP Rocky during a heated moment at the event. Apparently, the whole situation started after Rihanna caught Rocky getting a little too close to another woman. So, let's break down everything that happened between Rihanna and A$AP Rocky this Met Gala season. On the night of May 4th, 2026, Rihanna and A$AP Rocky made a dramatic entrance at the 2026 Met Gala, arriving fashionably late and closing out the red carpet at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York. For years, Rihanna has been one of the most exciting stars to attend fashion's biggest night. She's often the last person to show up on the red carpet each year, but this year felt different. There was more weight behind the arrival. More cameras, more tension. Rihanna and A$AP Rocky made a grand entrance at the Metropolitan Museum of Art's Met Gala in New York City on May 4, marking their first carpet appearance since they survived a shooting at their Los Angeles home in March. Just 2 months earlier, bullets had ripped into their property. Their children had been inside, and now here they were, walking up the steps like royalty. In classic fashion, Rihanna and A$AP Rocky closed out the night 9 minutes after the red carpet closed. 9 minutes late, even past the deadline. That kind of audacity is Rihanna's signature. Nobody waits for the red carpet to close before arriving. Rihanna does, and it works every single time. Rihanna arrived at the 2026 Met Gala wearing a look that merged two distinct pieces from Maison Margiela's artisanal 2025 collection, continuing a nearly 2-decade run of headline-grabbing appearances at the annual Costume Institute benefit. The gown itself was an engineering feat. Her breathtaking look featured over 115,000 crystal beads, antique jewels, and chains, with embroidery alone taking a whopping 1,380 hours. 1,380 hours of handwork just for a single dress. To put that in perspective, that is nearly 2 straight months of round-the-clock stitching. For her 2026 look, Rihanna was styled by Jolo Weaver, wearing a gown crafted in Duchess satin, woven with fine recycled metal threads, and a corseted bodice embellished with thousands of crystal beads and antique jewels. The dress wrapped around her like a metallic cocoon, with fabric climbing from her legs up to her torso, leaving an opening that revealed a jewel-encrusted turtleneck top. And beside her stood the man who has been by her side through all of it, through the music, the babies, and the bullets. Rocky, meanwhile, went for a pink wool robe with black satin lapels courtesy of Chanel, paired with a white cotton shirt and black trousers underneath. Complete with pieces from the luxury house's high jewelry collection, 194 hours went into creating his look. When Variety caught the couple on camera and asked Rocky to describe Rihanna's look, he gave them the most A$AP Rocky answer possible, looking over lovingly at his longtime partner and saying, "She's shining like a diamond. She's shining," cleverly interpolating the chorus from the singer's 2012 hit Diamonds. And when a reporter asked him how it felt to be loved by a black woman, the dapper rapper had another quick quip. "It feels amazing, and nothing else compares." But the night did not end with compliments and couture. What happened after the cameras turned off, and what happened inside the gala itself, sent the internet into a tailspin. Inside the 2026 Met Gala, surrounded by the kind of art, fashion, and wealth that most people will never see in person, Rihanna did what Rihanna does best: she made people laugh. Rihanna turned one inside moment at the Met Gala into a bona fide meme. A viral X post called her so unserious after she posed with Heidi Klum and A$AP Rocky. The Fenty mogul appeared to lean toward Klum's statue-like costume and make a playful touch near its bust. Rocky covered his face while smiling, and that reaction became the night's other punchline. To understand why this blew up the way it did, you need to understand what Heidi Klum was wearing. The model's all-white costume covered her face and body like marble. It also included draped folds and a matching clutch. She looked like a Greek statue that had just walked out of the Met's permanent collection, and Rihanna, being Rihanna, could not resist engaging with the costume on a deeply physical level. Rihanna then appeared to make a cheeky tap near the costume's bust. It almost looked as if the singer was playfully interacting with the design, turning the moment into a humorous joke, and A$AP Rocky stood on the other side, smiling behind a face covering reaction. That reaction shot, Rocky's hand over his face, caught between shock and delight, became as viral as the original moment. Fans turned the whole thing into a full-blown joke session. One ex-user wrote that Rihanna was treating the Met Gala like her personal comedy club and that Rocky could not take her anywhere without starting chaos. Another viewer joked that Rocky's reaction was a whole mood on its own. This is the thing about Rihanna. She has been attending the Met Gala since 2007. The singer and Fenty Beauty CEO first attended the star-studded event in 2007. That is nearly 2 decades of walking those same museum steps. And in that time, she has built a reputation that goes far beyond what she wears. She has become the unofficial closer of the red carpet, the person whose arrival signals that the night is truly underway. It's not a Met Gala without Rihanna. The singer is basically as essential to the event as Anna Wintour herself. And this year, the costume art theme gave Rihanna room to play. This year's gala, themed costume art with a fashion is art dress code, saw Rihanna embrace the concept in a striking custom gown. But Rihanna did not just embrace the concept through fabric and beads, she embraced it through behavior, touching the art, interacting with the costumes around her, and turning the evening into a living performance. While other celebrities stood still for photographs, Rihanna was improvising, and the internet rewarded her for it. The 2026 Met Gala was co-chaired by a legendary lineup. This year's exhibition, Costume Art, celebrated fashion as an art form, with a dress code of Fashion is Art. The event was co-chaired by Bianca Knowles-Carter, Nicole Kidman, Venus Williams, and Anna Wintour, with Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez Bezos serving as honorary chairs. Bianca's return was historic on its own. She broke her 10-year Met Gala hiatus thanks to her co-chair responsibilities. And yet, when the dust settled, the most talked-about moment of the night belonged to Rihanna, a playful tap on a marble costume and Rocky's stunned expression. That is power, the kind of power that does not come from a guest list or a committee. It comes from decades of owning every room you walk into. To understand why Rihanna and A$AP Rocky generate the kind of attention they do, you have to go back not just to the Met Gala, but to the years that built them into the couple the world cannot stop watching. Fans have been obsessing and speculating about the two stars being an item for years, ever since their chemistry nearly bubbled over during a saucy co-performance at the 2012 VMAs. But it wasn't until sometime in 2020, when the coronavirus pandemic hit, that the two officially turned their friendship into a romance. Rihanna confirmed the timeline herself. Rihanna confirmed her romance with A$AP began at the end of 2019. "I've seen him in relationships. He's seen me in relationships," she explained. "We knew what we're capable of and the trouble that we could bring to each other's lives. We can make or break each other's hearts, and so they started dating with a lot of caution. That caution eventually gave way to something deeper." Rocky called Rihanna the love of my life in a 2021 interview with GQ. "It's so much better when you got the one. She amounts to probably like a million of the other ones. I think when you know, she's the one." Their first official Met Gala appearance as a couple came in 2021. Rihanna and A$AP Rocky attended the 2021 Met Gala together in style, with the Umbrella singer wearing a black Balenciaga gown and the A$AP Forever artist donning a custom Earl quilt and a tuxedo. It was a statement moment, the kind of public debut that told the world this relationship was real, serious, and built to last. Then came the children the pair would welcome their first child together, a baby boy named RZA, born in May 2022, who wouldn't remain an only child for long. In August 2023, a second son named Riot Rose came along. At the 2023 Met Gala, Rihanna skipped the 2022 Met Gala because she was weeks away from welcoming her first son, RZA, but proudly showed off her baby bump at the 2023 event before welcoming her second son, Riot, later that year. In May 2025, the couple revealed at the Met Gala that they were expecting baby number 3. Daughter Rocky arrived that September. Who served as one of the co-chairs that year, could not contain his excitement. And that brings us to 2026, where the couple, now parents of 3, returned to the Met steps together. While ascending the iconic steps of the Metropolitan Museum of Art, people asked the pair how they felt spending date night away from their 3 children. "It feels good," Rocky replied before Riri clarified. "It feels good and sad." That answer, honest, tender, and completely unscripted, captured the complexity of being famous parents who still want to hold on to every moment with their kids. As many already know, the Met Gala generally doesn't allow guests under 18. Event organizers previously told The Hollywood Reporter that it was an executive decision, explaining that it's not an appropriate event for people under 18. That rule, however, certainly saw an exception this year with co-chairs Bianca and Nicole Kidman, who both brought their children along. But Rihanna and Rocky left their little ones at home, and that bittersweet reality was written all over their faces as they climbed those famous steps. Rocky's pink coat at the gala appeared to be a nod to his and Rihanna's daughter, as their little bundle of joy, named Reza Athelston Mayers, was born back in September 2025. A father wearing pink on fashion's biggest stage, not because it was trendy, but because his baby girl was at home waiting for him. That is a detail that says more than any interview ever could. The love story is beautiful. But the story that set the stage for the 2026 Met Gala arrival is anything but. On March 8, 2026, everything changed in an instant. Rihanna's home in the Beverly Crest neighborhood of Los Angeles became the target of a terrifying shooting. According to reports, a woman drove up to the property on a Sunday afternoon and opened fire, unleashing between 7 and 9 rounds from what authorities described as an AR-15 style rifle. Inside the property at that very moment were Rihanna, A$AP Rocky, their children, and Rihanna's mother. The couple themselves were reportedly inside an Airstream trailer on the grounds, while other family members and staff were elsewhere on the estate. It was the kind of situation that could have ended in unimaginable tragedy. But somehow, incredibly, no one was injured. Law enforcement acted quickly. The suspect, identified as Ivana Let Ortiz, a 35-year-old from Orlando, Florida, was arrested and charged with attempted murder. In total, she now faces 14 felony counts, including multiple charges of assault with a semi-automatic firearm and shooting at an inhabited dwelling. It's the kind of incident that shakes not just a household but an entire public narrative. Because behind the glamour, the red carpets, and the viral Met Gala moments, this was a stark reminder of something far more real. How quickly everything can change. The 911 call painted an even more chilling picture. The caller reported hearing approximately 10 shots, allegedly coming from a white Tesla Model 3. When police arrived at the scene, the physical evidence confirmed just how close this came to becoming a tragedy. Investigators found multiple bullet holes scattered across the property, visible damage to the front gate, and even to an RV parked in the driveway. Video from the scene showed the gate appearing riddled with gunfire, while officers carefully examined an Airstream trailer nearby. It was clear this wasn't random noise or confusion. This was a targeted act that left visible scars, but what happened next showed just how quickly modern policing can move. A witness provided a description of the suspect vehicle, and with the help of automated license plate readers and an unlapped helicopter, officers tracked it down. The car was located about 8 miles away at the Sherman Oaks Galleria shopping center, where the suspect was taken into custody without incident. At first, the motive remained a mystery, but as investigators dug deeper, a disturbing detail began to emerge. Authorities uncovered a series of unusual social media posts linked to the suspect, posts that directly referenced Rihanna. In one message shared on X, she wrote, Are you there? Say something to me directly instead of sneaking around like you talking to me where I'm not at. That had added a whole new layer to the story. One that hinted at fixation, confusion, or something far more troubling beneath the surface. The 911 call painted an even more chilling picture, with the caller reporting approximately 10 shots allegedly coming from a white Tesla Model 3. When police arrived at the scene, the physical evidence confirmed just how close this came to becoming a tragedy. Investigators found multiple bullet holes scattered across the property, including visible damage to the front gate and even an ARV parked in the driveway. Video from the scene showed the gate appearing riddled with gunfire, while officers carefully examined an Airstream trailer nearby, making it clear this wasn't random noise or confusion, but a targeted act that left visible scars. What happened next showed how quickly modern policing can move. A witness provided a description of the suspect vehicle, and with the help of automated license plate readers and an lapped helicopter, officers tracked it down about 8 miles away at the Sherman Oaks Galleria shopping center, where the suspect was taken into custody without incident. At first, the motive remained a mystery, but as investigators dug deeper, a disturbing detail began to emerge. Authorities uncovered a series of unusual social media posts linked to the suspect that directly referenced Rihanna, including one message on X that read, "Are you there? Say something to me directly instead of sneaking around like you talking to me where I'm not at." It added a whole new layer to the story, one that hinted at fixation, confusion, or something far more troubling beneath the surface. Rocky and Rihanna sat in silence, neither of them engaging with the other, and the internet did what the internet does best. It jumped to conclusions. Within minutes, breakup rumors started swirling as fans dissected every frame, every facial expression, and every inch of space between them. Twitter threads ran long, and speculation ran even longer. But the truth was far less dramatic. A witness at the Met Gala who saw the couple multiple times throughout the night told TMZ that Rihanna and A$AP Rocky were completely fine and having a great time, showing no signs of tension. An insider echoed the same, saying the two appeared relaxed together and were genuinely enjoying the evening. Over the years, they've remained one of entertainment's most closely watched couples, balancing music careers, fashion ventures, parenthood, and headline-making appearances, all while navigating intense public scrutiny. And that's really the heart of this story. The title claiming Rihanna was banned from the Met Gala forever after what she did to A$AP Rocky is exactly the kind of sensationalized narrative the internet creates when two famous people simply sit quietly after a long night. There is no ban. In fact, it's hardly a true Met Gala until Rihanna arrives. She's the one who closes the carpet, the one who shows up fashionably late and makes the entire world wait. If anything, the Met Gala needs Rihanna more than Rihanna needs the Met Gala. She has never been banned. She attended the 2026 Met Gala just days ago, wearing a gown that reportedly took 1,380 hours to embroider, once again proving why she remains the event's most defining presence. A$AP Rocky stood right beside her, calling her a diamond. They held hands, they kissed, they laughed with Heidi Klum, and when the night was over, they left together. What Rihanna did to A$AP Rocky that night was exactly what she's done every year since they went public. She made him look like the proudest man on the red carpet. She gave him moments worth laughing at, moments worth remembering. When she playfully poked at Heidi Klum's marble-inspired costume, it wasn't scandal, it was personality. The same personality that built her image, her brand, and their relationship in the public eye. She gave him a family, 3 children, and stood beside him even in moments far removed from glamour, like sitting together in that Airstream trailer when gunfire hit their front gate. That's the real story. Consistency, loyalty, and presence. Because the truth is, the people who actually get banned or quietly uninvited from the Met Gala are a completely different story. Take Tim Gunn, for example. The fashion TV personality revealed back in 2016 that he had been banned after sharing an anecdote about Anna Wintour. According to him, it wasn't even meant to be scandalous, just an honest answer to a question about the most unforgettable thing he'd seen in fashion. But in the world of the Met Gala, discretion is currency, and even a matter-of-fact story can cost you your invitation, which only makes one thing clearer. Rihanna isn't on the outside looking in. She is the moment, and he said, "It's easy." He recalled watching Anna Wintour being carried down 5 flights of stairs by 2 bodyguards, 2 big, hulking men at a fashion show. All hell broke loose. It was chaos, unforgettable in the most unexpected way. And just like that, a simple matter-of-fact story turned into the reason he was no longer welcome. That's what being banned from the Met Gala actually looks like. Rihanna, on the other hand, is the complete opposite of banned. She has one of the most celebrated Met Gala legacies of any attendee. She first stepped onto those iconic stairs in 2007, wearing a George's chakra gown, and from that moment on, she began building a history of unforgettable appearances. In 2015, she wore the now legendary yellow guopé gown, one of the most referenced and talked about looks in modern Met Gala history. In 2018, she co-chaired the event, arriving dressed as a fashion-forward interpretation of the Pope, completely owning the theme. In 2025, she turned the carpet into a headline by announcing her 3rd pregnancy. And in 2026, just months after surviving a terrifying shooting at her home, she did what she always does. She closed the carpet again. Because the real story here isn't a ban. It's resilience. It's about a woman who has lived her entire adult life in the spotlight, who endured an assault that shaped global conversations around domestic violence, who built a billion-dollar empire, who found love and created a family, having 3 children in just a few years, and who, even after a traumatic incident at her own home with her children inside, still showed up at fashion's biggest night. Not quietly, not cautiously, but powerfully. She arrived after the carpet had technically closed, in a gown that reportedly took 1,380 hours to create and once again made the entire world stop and watch. That's the reality. No ban, no breakup, just Rihanna doing what she has always done, owning the moment, commanding the stage, and reminding everyone why the Met Gala doesn't begin until she arrives.